So putting all of this together, we've learned so much, but how do we get it into our heads to use it in real time at the piano when you're improvising? Well, it's really important to remember that it's not going to happen overnight. You could have taken this course over 2 or 3 weeks and you've learned all the stuff, but you haven't practiced it yet. To become good at blues, you need to be playing it every day, and you get better and better and better. It's a process. But I bet you after all of this work, you're starting to get really good at that C minor blues scale. So first up, let's quickly go through everything we've learned. The very first thing we did was learn the 12-bar blues, which is the 4 C's, the 2 F's, the 2 C's, then the G, then the F, then the C, and then the C again. And then we also learned that little turnaround where we can switch the very last bar to a G. So G to F to C, back to G, and then we start again. The next thing we learned was the C minor blues scale, this wonderful 6-note scale. Beautiful scale. Beautiful. We looked at how this was played in a straight 8-beat time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then we also looked at it in a swung style. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then we looked at improvising this over our chords. So much fun. We then learned 4 licks that we can add to our toolbox. So this was lick 1, lick 2, lick 3, lick 4. And then we learned how to mix this together with the minor blues scale. We then learned all about glisses and smashes. The gliss was that beautiful run that could get your fingers bleeding, and then that great Jerry Lee Lewis smash. And we can add those in to our improvisation toolbox. We then learned a really cool run. We can add that into the end part of our 12-bar, and then we learnt 3 really cool endings. That's number 1, number 2, and then the last one was that really cool chord. So we now have quite a lot of things in our toolbox. We have the 12-bar blues, which we should know really well by now. And eventually I want you to play this with your left hand. So you've been playing with your right hand over the audios, which is me playing, but we want you guys to do this eventually. So do start practicing this. Play the chords with your left hand and improvise with your right. A good way to start on this is just to use the blues scale and not think of anything else. keep doing that over and over and over and over again. You can go as slow as you like. Hit the chord with your left hand first, and then just play something quickly with your right. And then play the next bar. And then the third bar. And then the fourth bar. And then the fifth bar. And then the sixth bar. And then the seventh bar. And the eighth bar. And then the ninth bar. The 10th bar. The 11th bar. 12th bar. And just do it like that to start with. Really start to get used to that, and you'll get better and better at it. And then you can start throwing in your licks. Lick. And go on from there. It's all about taking it slowly. You're not going to get there straight away. And when you're playing with your endings, just choose one that you're going to use. Don't confuse yourself. Say, right, when I play this improvisation, I'm going to use ending number 1. Okay? And that way you can have a go and you can just start practicing with it. Remember, you've got the glyphs you can throw in, you've got the smash, you've got your endings, you've got that run. You can use all of these, they're all in your toolbox, but you have to start somewhere and do all of this over my audio tapes for the exercises with your right hand first, but eventually bring in that left and really try and give it a go. Let's have a little play with this now to bring everything to an end. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so happy practicing, everybody. I hope you have absolutely loved it, and I really hope you've learned a lot from this course. I've certainly enjoyed teaching it to you. It is down to you to do the work now. I've given you a bunch of tools. You need to just really know this stuff, and the only way you're going to do that is if you practice it really, really hard. So every day, just sit at the piano, do something fun, have, and experiment with it, because that's what improvising is. It's experimentation. And make sure you listen to pianists playing the blues. There's so many out there. Just pick somebody, listen to their album, and this is going to give you ideas in your own improvisation. I hope you've enjoyed this course. I am going to chuck on some extra bonus lessons as well for you to take a look at when you're ready. If you're interested in learning how to read music, then you can take my beginner to grade course, which teaches you exactly that. There's loads of songs in there that you learn to play, and we learn how to read music, and you can even study for a graded exam. Hopefully you've already taken my Chord Jammer course, but if you haven't finished it, go and finish that as well, and you could learn how to improvise in other ways at the piano and even write your own music. But for now, thank you for watching. I've had great fun, and I'll see you next time.